Hey, welcome back to Chapter Chumps. A reading. Oh fuck, I'm still kind of sick. So that's gonna happen sometimes throughout the podcast, but I'm mostly fine. I'm better than last time. A reading podcast where three guys read a book and then talk about it. Today on the podcast, we are not going to be talking about a book at all. We're going to be discussing three short films that we watched now that we have finished reading J.D. Salinger's The Catcher in the Rye. As ever, I am your host, Connor. I am joined by my two co-hosts, Connor and Josh. Welcome to the podcast. Here we are. There's no Catcher in the Rye movie to watch, which we have discussed, and yet here we are. We said, you know what, God damn it, we're still gonna watch a Catcher in the Rye movie.
Yeah, and I mean, here's the thing, though, is our goal here is really to bring these three vigilantes to justice. Like they're like doing good for the people by providing us with Catcher in the Rye short films, but they're really breaking the law. And so I feel an obligation to we will be turning them in after this episode is concluded.
Yeah, and in fact, one of the films even opens with like saying like, "Oh, that there's no profit to be made from this. This is just a short film made like for my English class."
Doesn't fucking matter, buddy.
They're like, "Please don't sue me." To J.D. Salinger's legal team.
Yeah,
please don't
and
sue me.
I mean, they're probably so relieved that J.D. Salinger is dead. But guess what? We ain't dead yet. Yep. All right, we ain't dead yet.
His spirit lives on.
We're coming for you.
Did either of you watch that YouTube video that I sent to you earlier?
No, I haven't. I did see you send it though.
Do you know what I'm talking about? No.
Yeah. I didn't
like a review, right?
Oh, I was wondering if you saw that it was sent because it wasn't sent in the Chapter Chumps chat. It was.
Yeah, was it the Unmakeable movie? Yeah, no, you sent it.
I saw that it was sent. Do you want to watch that right now on stream?
Oh, Josh, do you want to watch it? Oh.
No, I don't. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
I was going to say you sent it like when I was in the middle of work, so I was busy at the time, but I don't want to watch it on stream. I'm sorry.
Yeah, why don't we just watch a little, like maybe a clip of it or something?
No.
Oh.
I don't want to.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
30 seconds.
Jeez Louise.
30 seconds is all we're asking, Josh.
Jeez Louise.
No, I'm not bringing it up because I had expected you to watch it. I'm only curious because there is some interesting stuff in there. Even a few things.
Yeah, give us a rundown, buddy.
Here's one thing that we got wrong that we had been mentioning over and over again. We said that John Lennon had a copy of Catcher in the Rye on him when he was shot. That's not true. The assassin had a copy of Catcher in the Rye.
Oh, okay.
Oh. That certainly changes things a bit.
Yeah. And part of what they discuss in the video is like that's part of why the book sort of has this I don't know. It's part of where like the far right extremist kind of thing comes from, I think. And not only that, more directly, that's part of why the book is banned, is because it kind of came to have this reputation as filling the minds of people with ideas that would make them want to shoot someone.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I know, like, I've been wrestling with those ideas since we finished reading the book, as I'm
Yep.
sure you guys have too. I'm like fighting them back. I'm like, oh, I get that. It's the internal struggle. I can tell Josh is in the same boat.
No, your mic started sounding like you were going through a tunnel.
Yeah. Connor.
All right. Well,
doesn't
could you hear what I said?
Yeah, I can make it out. I was just like, oh
All right.
shoot, is this
Well, that's
Connor or
all
is this
that
my
matters,
connection?
No need to mention it.
Yeah, but he's gonna mention it every time, Connor. So
I know, and so
I was explaining my expression. I was just thinking.
yeah. Right. So,
but you agree with what I was saying, though, right?
Right. Yeah. No, he does. So moving on. Today on the podcast, we are going to be discussing 3 short films that we watched. They are accessible
On YouTube.
On YouTube. That's right.
Yeah, which is a free website.
It's a free website.
You can go on to http www.youtube.com and you can it opens up and you can actually search for different videos you would want to watch.
Yeah. That's fascinating when you lay it all out there like that.
It's a great resource for people who would want to watch a certain video. Like you can just go, there's a search bar on the front page and you just type in like any kind of video that you want to watch.
I was wondering how you found these. I was like, how did Connor come across these videos?
No, there's a whole website full of them.
So you don't personally know the people who made these?
Only a few of them.
Only a few of them. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, shout out to those few. Hope they're doing great.
You know who you are.
Yeah.
They're all right in this. They're all on this video chat right now.
Okay.
All right. Okay.
You're a little kooky tonight, huh? What's going on?
Yeah. I don't know. I'm just having fun.
Yeah. Okay. I'm glad. We should all be having fun right now. Right, Josh?
I'm like relieved I didn't have any homework. I didn't have to read 5 chapters of a book. That's I feel good about that tonight.
Yes. Yeah, no, we just get to talk about a book that we all loved and some really interesting videos that expand on this experience. So it fun to be had by all.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the 3 films that we watched, you can find them for yourself on http://www.youtube.com. I just want to make sure you're going to the correct website.
But if you want to go straight to the video, Connor, you can actually tell them the link directly to the video to the video.
Can we not, please?
/68 $? 7E lowercase a uppercase B lowercase a ampersand 22249 $? There's more.
Okay, Josh left.
All right.
Josh is gone.
I'm really gonna say what the videos are now. So let's get into it. Why don't we?
Okay, Josh, we're done fooling around. We're done fooling around.
You can't promise that, Connor. Oh God, and I'm sick. You can't make me fucking cough up the lung right now. Come on.
Yeah, true.
So the first one we watched, it's called The Catcher in the Rye, a short film, posted on the account Leah, Leah. Leah. Second one we watched is called The Catcher in the Rye short film, (2016), posted on the account Jacob Horn Movies. And the third one we watched was The Catcher in the Rye, a short film by Gabe McEwen, posted by MCQN Movies. Connor, you're the one who came across and suggested these 3. Can you tell us just a little bit more about how you selected them on your journey through YouTube.com?
Yeah, of course. pretty much like I mentioned before, I used the search bar and I searched Catcher in the Rye.
You don't have to be
short
that
film.
granular. I'm wondering, why did you select these three out of what surely must
Yeah.
have been a multitude of
Well,
options?
that's what I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you that right now, and
Oh, okay, I'm
you
sorry.
interrupted me.
Well, it's because you started with I went on the search bar, so I'm just trying to speed things along a little.
Well, I did. I typed in the search bar "Catcher in the Rye" short film, and the first two search results were the MCQN movies video by Gabe McEwen and the Jacob Horn movies 2016 short film. And those looked great. Those I was like, okay, that's kind of just what I'm looking for. Scroll down, there's a South Park video, which is only a minute. We could actually watch it now if you want. It's only a minute long. Catcher in the Rye, South Park.
Oh,
I didn't hear you, Josh.
I said no.
Oh, okay. All right. It's only a minute, but that's okay.
I don't care if it's just a minute. I said no.
And then we have the the Unmakeable movie that you watched. That
right.
What is it? It's like a video essay kind of thing.
It's a video essay, yes, it is.
Yeah. And I was like, I'm not watching that shit.
Yeah.
And I mean, scrolling down, like the third one was like the only other like thing that looked like a complete short film to me. And there's like there's like movie trailers that people have made. There's actually there's a good one from 9 years ago that I'm just seeing now that like we should watch this one next, maybe for next week. 22 minutes long, Catcher in the Rye movie.
Oh, okay.
No.
But yeah, no, I mean they just looked like they like they were the most applicable to what we were trying to do here.
Right. And I did do a quick search myself just the other night, and it again, emphasis on quick. I did not really dive into anything serious.
Did you use the search bar first?
I used the search bar. Absolutely, I did. It's amazing what you can find.
Yeah, everything. You can just type in anything, and there it is.
But you know, I had thought that there would be this kind of like avalanche of short films.
What did you search? You searched the same thing that I did, Catcher in the Rye short film?
I did. Initially, I searched fan film actually,
and
I only got like trailers. It was like nothing. So then I was like, oh yeah, short film, and yeah, I saw the same thing really. What I'm trying to say is, I thought there would be a ton of these.
Yeah.
At first glance, there's actually not as much of a wealth of short films as I assumed that there would.
No. There's like, I mean, there's like other things like there's a, you know, like I said, a lot of shorter videos where I guess people recreate scenes and do trailers, and I mean, it turns out really that these short films we're watching are really kind of, none of them are really the complete story, you know, which as it turns out, like it seems like all three of these are high school films.
Yes.
Yeah.
For English
I could
classes.
see that longer one being early college level.
Yeah, we should watch that.
We just did.
Oh, you mean the longer one that we watched, not the one that I just.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, understood.
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe the other one Connor was saying is college level. It might be worth checking out.
Yeah.
But at any rate, I do think it's interesting. Part of me wonders, it's like, there must be more out there than even what's available on http://youtube.com.
Yeah.
There must be more than that, because this book's been out since 51. And it has a very storied history and a very dedicated fan base over the decades. I guess I am kind of used to being into things where fan films are much more involved. Josh might be familiar. There's kind of a famous fan film, like almost shot for shot remake of Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark, and it's, I don't know, it's just kind of like a famous fan film because of like the dedication and the work that was put into it over the years. I kind of thought there might be something equivalent to that for Catcher in the Rye. Of course, it couldn't be equivalent in a shot-for-shot remake sense. There is no movie, but I just assumed that there would have been some kind of easily accessible fan film that pretty much encompasses the story, you know, insofar as it is, maybe even like 45 minutes, beginning to end. And yet, we don't have that here. And I was surprised. I wonder if we're just scratching the surface and this goes like much deeper than we're aware of, or if for some reason this really kind of is what's out there. It leaves me scratching my head a little bit.
Yeah, Josh, what's your read on that?
I'm not sure. I don't know. People make what they want to make, and I think because most people read Catcher in the Rye in high school or earlier, that's why we were seeing a lot of the videos roughly at that level. I don't know. I don't know what's going through people's head here. I think by the time people would reach college, I don't think they're going to be as inclined to make Catcher in the Rye, because there's so much more out there that they would probably have more recently come across and be inspired by. I'm just
like
taking a shot in the dark
Fight
there.
Club or something.
We don't talk about that.
Yeah. It could be. There's obviously a connection between these films being like high school projects and the book being assigned, as we've said, in high schools. So for sure, there's something to be said there. All right. You want to jump into our first one? This was
yeah. I do just want to say first, I did kind of just scroll through the other short film that I saw, the 22-minute one, and it's funny because it looked like the production quality is like higher than the rest of them, but the kids who are acting in it are younger, which is, I don't know.
If it's newer, it could just be that they were using their phone. Honestly,
it's not newer. It's
really
10 years old, but
maybe they just had access to a higher end camera than the others. That's all.
I feel like one of their parents is like a amateur filmmaker or something. But anyways,
could be something like that.
Yeah. So this first one, this was from the Leah account. This was only uploaded 9 months ago. So
wow,
this one's seemingly very new, and I feel like it shows. I felt like the Holden in this first one is. I don't know how to put this, but like, in the book, I imagine Holden to be kind of, he's a bit of a mess. And, I guess the caveat for this whole discussion is, one, I get that the resources available to these high school kids is not going to be translating into probably what their vision would be anyways to make a fully realized film. And also like given the amateur nature of this, and none of like the criticism here that we're going to be going through, if we even have like criticism, if you want to call it that, to give, of course, it's very different from like when we engage in like literary criticism. I think that all the people involved in these projects have a lot of hearts, and I think
we're going to crush these kids.
They're putting themselves out there, and but like the Holden in this first one, like they're really put together. They have this nice coat on. They got this scarf. You know what I mean? Like it.
Yeah.
They seem like a fashionable kind of person, and not like sort of the walking hot mess that I envision.
Yeah, that's true. I will say that right off the bat, like, I mean, this short film is kind of different than the other two. This is mostly silent with music kind of in the background.
Yep.
This Holden is my favorite of the three, I think.
Yeah.
Just, you know, even though maybe he's a bit different than the book depicts, you know, as far as we can tell, with it being kind of a semi-silent or a silent film, like, I just feel like he kind of got the personality, or like he kind of got the sadness right. I feel like.
Yeah.
That's my read, at least.
Felt a little flat personally, but yeah, it probably the one that best captured sadness or sad Holden. Not to get too far ahead, but just while I'm thinking about it, the second one seemed the most. That's the other thing. All three of these films had like covered like different parts of the book, which was interesting. None of them. The last one tried to like get the whole breadth of the book, but it still managed to hit like different notes from the other two. So I think the second Holden was a bit more in line with what we see in the book, and the third one, I'm not sure how I feel about him, honestly.
Yeah.
But we can get more into them later.
Yeah. I mean, well, it could all be one big discussion. It's fine, but
okay.
It did also strike me, you know, these were three really cool short films to watch in succession, because yes, like the ways that they interpret the book and the scenes that they choose to focus on are all different from one another. And yeah, one of the biggest things is that each Holden is different. I thought that was really interesting, and I think it goes to show, it also kind of goes back to our book discussion. It's like, this seems to be a book that can be interpreted very easily for different groups of people, or rather, like, you know, I think that there's characteristics of Holden and like his freaking journey through like society and shit, where like that is gonna hit home with people on a wide spectrum of lifestyles and thought and all that, you know. And so I think that Holden really is a character who can be portrayed and interpreted in different ways as well. And it's interesting because, like, reading the book, I think of him as a very like singular, very well realized, very unique character, and he is. But watching these short films really did make me like consider, wow, like imagine if Hollywood ever does get to take a crack at this. Like, how do you interpret Holden? What aspects of him do you try to put onto the screen? And all three of these short films have different answers to that.
I really think Timothée Chalamet should have been Holden in a different life, in a different universe. I feel like maybe 10 years ago or 8 years ago or something, he would have been a perfect Holden Caulfield.
Yeah, that's a good call.
Turned out to be a good Peter Parker instead. No, wait, I'm mixing up with
different guy.
Totally messed it up.
I mean, Tom Holland, he wouldn't be a bad Holden either, but I'm a Timmy boy.
They do look very similar.
Yeah.
Seems
one Spider-Man.
Kind of insulting to Timothy Chalamet.
I said similar, not identical.
Okay.
What, you think Tom Holland's in Uggo?
I think to compare them is if I were Timothée Chalamet and someone said you look like Tom Holland, I would be insulted. For the record, I don't like Tom Holland at all.
I don't know anything about. I don't really know anything besides him being Spider-Man. I think he's a generally decent. He's a good-looking guy. I don't like. He's not my type like Timothée Chalamet is, but I think he's definitely. I think he's a good-looking guy.
You know, it is funny because Timothée Chalamet and Tom Holland have like almost definitely met, right? Because Tom Holland
He's
dating.
married. He's married to Zendaya.
They're married now. They are married. They're not just engaged.
They're married?
I'm pretty sure they're married.
Yeah.
Oh.
I thought they were engaged.
I thought they were just dating.
But
maybe they are just engaged. I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah.
That's a part of this conversation.
It is kind of funny. It's like to compare them side by side. It's like one of them pretended to date.
They are engaged. They're just engaged.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I mean that's going to be the wedding of the century, buddy.
Yeah, and Timmy will be there because I mean, him and Zendaya are they're very good friends, you know. So, I mean, if you're Tom Holland and like you're watching Zendaya's chemistry with Timothy on Dune, I mean, you got to be thinking to yourself like, how much of this is real, you know?
Yeah. No, I mean this
feels kind of real to me. I don't know.
The life of an actor, you know.
Be a little worried. He's like after he watched the first Dune movie, he's like, I gotta put a ring on her now. I gotta.
Yeah. Right. We gotta lock this down.
We gotta lock this down. Before she has too much spice, you know.
Oh my god. Okay.
All right. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, no.
Before she rides that worm.
You're kooky tonight. God. You are really something is up. I don't know if you're sleep deprived. I don't know. Do you have a night off tonight?
Yes, I have tonight off, and I got a lot of sleep, so I'm feeling good.
Yeah, exactly. You are wired. This is the beginning of your day off.
It is, yeah.
You're really feeling it right now.
Exactly.
I do think this first short film has the benefit or uses its advantage really well of being a silent film, because the other two, each of them have like really commendable and interesting points to them that we'll talk about. But I kind of feel like one of the things where they get tripped up the most is the acting, you know, because again, like they're high school kids, it's not their fault. Like, but the acting, the line delivery, you know,
the audio quality,
it's just not. It doesn't make the most compelling picture all the time. And so I think that this first one, being a really short, really focused, silent film where you're just being guided through it with, you know, with the characters' actions and like that goes a long way, you know, for a high school project. And yeah, I don't know. I thought it was cool. I even thought the thing at the end where they do like a little credits and a little B-roll kind of deal. I'm like, that's some of the dumbass shit we were doing. You know,
yeah.
I mean, half of the movie was the credits and the B-roll, which is
that started to get to me at the end. But yeah,
of course, you know, this and then the other two. Of course, they made me think of us. I mean, to you know, if any of these kids come across this podcast, they search themselves or whatever, and listen to us, I just want them to know, like, we have done so much more, like, cringy, just absolutely terrible, embarrassing things, and put them on the internet.
We started to scrub them since then, but then we started making this podcast.
Yeah, well, we're actually still doing very cringy, embarrassing things on the internet. You know, we've done more than they will probably ever do in their life. So it's you don't feel too bad. I think, you know, it's yeah, like Connor said, it's awesome that they're putting themselves out there, and they all put a lot of effort into, you know, like each of these films. You can definitely see that they really put a lot of effort and like spirit into the work.
Yeah, pretty rude to assume that they'd be embarrassed by it.
Well, I'm just saying, what, you know, as somebody who looking back on your former craft or whatever, like oftentimes it is embarrassing.
I think and also means like we're kind of sitting here. It might come off as like we're judging it or analyzing it.
Exactly.
I think we're just trying to get out in front of it. We have made like terrible, literally each one of these. I don't know if this is going to rub either the wrong way.
Yeah.
Each one of these is easily so much better than any single thing we ever made. Just period.
I don't think that's totally true,
Connor,
but I appreciate the idea.
There's camera angles in these fucking videos. We never even got that far. We never even like composed a shot, like, ever.
I don't think that's not true. That's not true.
The third one, I was actually really impressed by the framing of the professor in
that
the
mirror shot.
Yes.
Yeah, they did that like 2 or 3 times. I was impressed by that.
We've done a little bit of framing as we got. I mean, still very little, but not totally absent from our work.
Okay, I mean, yeah, but not quite as focused as I think what's on display here. I don't know, just it makes me think about that stuff. But that's kind of the thing. Like when we were coming of age and doing that, like that wasn't like really a consideration. And I do think that the landscape is different now. We're saying this was made only 9 months ago. I'm not trying to be like, oh, there's no way we could have known. I mean, like, we could have tried to do something more professional if that's what we wanted to do. It never was. But
it wasn't about filmmaking for us.
I know that. But I I do think that, like, in the modern age, in the modern day, like, there is a benefit to all the stuff that's come before. And I just think that, like, this kind of stuff is with the rise of the internet, like, this is just more widespread. Like,
these kids probably have like Letterboxd accounts,
exactly.
And they're like film buffs from 7th grade onwards.
Exactly. So anyways, this first one, I thought it was really nice. It's short and sweet. The music choices were good. The kids looked like they were having a lot of fun. It made me kind of think back to our stupid filmmaking days. I really like.
So I do.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna say, because this first one, I think it might just be my favorite in its simplicity and its like minimalism. I would go as far as, like, I think this one is probably better than like 95% of the things that we did. So I do mostly agree with that.
Yeah. Well, your mileage is gonna vary. I guess that's how it is in my mind.
I mean, Connor's the one that made us delete everything. So
yeah, because again, I think that they're very bad, and I am embarrassed. So
I mean,
we still reference at least one of them multiple times a week.
It's the same.
It's part of our friendship.
They're very bad and embarrassing. The only difference we have is the decision or the thought of it of burying them. That's the only really thing we disagree on.
Yeah, well, that's okay, because you still went ahead and killed your baby for me. So
I buried the babies.
Thanks. Thank you. I guess I don't
know.
know.
We should release
6 feet underground.
Yeah,
we should watch them again at some point, especially Freezer Man and the time travel one.
Yeah, every time we talk about them, I would like to exhume their decaying, dying bodies and re-edit some of them into something very strange and different. That would be a fun little project to do. What was that?
That would require effort on your part, though.
I love video editing different projects. That's very fun to me. It's editing podcasts is miserable.
Okay.
Damn, Josh just got your number, huh? he just gagged you.
I mean, we haven't edited video. Like, it's a joy. Like, editing music videos is fun. I take a lot of joy in that kind of thing. It's just the podcast editing is, like I said, God, it's fucking boring as hell.
Yeah, it kills me.
It kills me. It really does. It really does.
All right, let's talk about the second one here. This was
actually before we move on for the first one real quick. I just want to one thing I realized halfway through the actual like video part of it, not like the actual part of it. It was filmed in Worcester, where I went to college.
Yeah,
and you guys heard me like shout it out, like literally at the like 30 seconds before it ended.
You said it's Worcester. It's Worcester.
No, I didn't. No, I did not say
your
like
Boston
that.
accent came out a little bit.
I don't have a Boston accent.
Well, not anymore.
We grew up in the same part of New York.
Yeah, but
make you think
but
I have that?
while you were at college, though, you did develop a little bit of a Boston accent. Kind of remember that?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, I thought it was weird that you were wearing a Boston Red Sox hat. Like,
yeah,
okay.
I was like, I guess he's a new guy now. He just changed.
Yeah. He's walking around drinking Dunkin' Donuts and quoting Ben Affleck movies. And...
Exactly. Good Will Hunting was his favorite movie.
I don't like sports. I do not go out of my way to watch Ben Affleck movies, and I never drink coffee.
Well, you watched the Batman movie, right? Batman v Superman?
I've seen parts of it. Oh,
yeah, see?
Oh, right. Batman v Superman. Yeah. I had to go see that one in theaters.
See? So, yeah, you are a Ben Affleck fan.
Yeah, you're a Boston guy.
I went to one movie.
We got your number.
Gagged.
No, you don't.
Gagged.
Anyway, the reason I wanted to bring it up is when they had Colton going through the museum, I was starting to think like, oh, this is it seems a little sparse for the Met, but it would be cool if they actually went to the Met and got the film inside, which I was starting to think like, wait a minute, this doesn't really look like what I remember when I went there a couple years ago. But then they start showing some of the exterior shots, and I'm like, oh, this actually looks familiar. Maybe I was there. And then I see one of the signs. It's like, oh, that actually, like, does the Met have that red, like, very square, basic kind of signage? And then he's like on the outside steps, and there's this moment where I'm like, wait a minute, this actually looks like the Worcester Art Museum where I did studies for my for one of my school projects. And I'm just kind of like, I like really keyed in on the background at that point, just watching where they were. And then there's another scene where they're in front of like this yellowish but still mostly white church building. I was like, that looks very familiar. This is clearly not New York City. And then the scene when they're walking along the street, you see this high rise in the background, just this one high rise apartment building that's like brown and tan. And it's like, oh, that's Worcester. I know that building. I saw it every time. It's like right near the exit I would get off of to go to school. And that's when I shouted out like, oh, this is Worcester. So yeah, they must have filmed it at the Worcester Art Museum where I actually studied for a semester. So it was with like 2 blocks from WPI. It's great.
Yeah. Yeah, that is a funny little coincidence that we have here.
Do you ever like remember seeing those kids around town?
No. I've never seen those kids. I stayed on campus so much. Like I almost never went into Worcester proper.
Oh, gotcha.
Like that part in the credits where they're like, here's some B-roll of a drunk man shouting down the street. It's like, yeah, that
was you,
definitely
right?
filmed in Worcester.
Oh.
What the fuck is wrong with you tonight?
Yeah, Connor's going nuts. Connor is in rare fucking form right now. Seriously.
Go wake the birds up. Right. They'll be better for this podcast.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, they're dreaming.
Connor, did you have like one Corona Light before this started?
No.
Wow.
There is one in the fridge still that maybe I could I should have it. And that will like calm me down a bit.
Yeah, that'll actually calm you down, right? That'll slow you down.
So anyway, the second video.
The second one here. So this is from the Jacob Horn movies. This is the one that was focused all on Holden and Sally's conversation when they go out on their date. That's what this whole short film is, really. It's pretty much it's mostly verbatim. All the dialogue and all that is taken from the book, and
but he used less of the narration.
Yeah. It's things are cut out, things are slightly tweaked, but it's basically using the book.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's like the like he said, she said, the literal narration of he said, she said. They could have cut that part out, I feel, but otherwise, yeah.
Well, they should have added the Limp Bizkit song in there. Connor, you know the song, Connor.
Yeah. I think you better quit talking that shit. Yeah.
Here we go. Yeah.
Come on. And you know what's funny is that's actually
Josh like every time I make a joke, he's like, oh.
Yeah, well,
there's no jokes allowed tonight. I guess
I did not want to be in this conversation tonight.
And they
did
all
not want to do the.
There's
not
no
good,
jokes allowed.
You know what's funny is, though, I was gonna say the Limp Bizkit connection. You know, that's why Fred Durst wears a backwards red cap.
Yeah, it was inspired.
It's actually a reference to Holden wearing the red backwards hunting cap.
Because the story goes, he, like many young kids, he read Catcher in the Rye as a youth, and he really wanted to find that hunter's cap and to wear it. But he went to a few different stores in his town, couldn't find the hunting cap, so he had to settle for the red cap, the red, and so that became his thing, and eventually he did come across the red hunter's cap, but he was like, at this point, it's too late. I'm already known by my the baseball hat.
You know what else is funny is the song "Keep Rollin'." That was actually changed from the original lyrics. It was originally "Keep Holdin'."
Yeah, keep holding. Yeah,
keep holding.
That's so true. Yeah.
So, Limp Bizkit, Catcher in the Rye, they have a very rich shared history, at least in terms of like Fred Durst in the beginning of Limp Bizkit. So
absolutely, and it's not confirmed, but there's also a rumor that the song "Break Stuff." That's a song, right? Break Stuff.
Yeah.
Is it or is it not? Am I wrong?
I mean, it's a song. Is that a?
Yeah.
I guess that probably is a Limp Bizkit song. Yeah.
Yeah. So that song, that's actually about the time Limp Bizkit the time Holden got beat up by the pimp.
Yeah. You can find if you go on to http://
All right, Josh is gonna leave. Josh is gonna leave.
.com and go to the search bar. And then you type in on your QWERTY keyboard. Presumably, that's what you have.
Yeah. Do we all have QWERTY keyboards? Can we just go around quickly? Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Show of hands. So the second one, I do think that this one is. I thought it was interesting that it goes back and forth between, like the actual narration and then like the dialogue, and the way that you have like Holden the narrator and then Holden the character who's like speaking. I thought that was like an interesting choice, and so I thought that this short film was cool for doing that. I liked that it included both of those like perspectives in one.
Yeah.
What else? How did you feel they did with the whole dialogue? I don't know, like even choosing this scene, the way they executed it. Any thoughts on this second one here, or?
I mean, my only criticisms are what we were talking about. It's an amateur film, so it's got those shortcomings. But other than that, it's pretty well done.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think it was a good choice of scene. I thought the actress who played Sally was pretty good.
Yeah.
A nitpick that I would have is just, Holden, the actor who's playing Holden, is talking. He talks very softly, and and then Sally is like, "Stop screaming," and then in the book and in this, he's like, "And I wasn't even screaming." But in the book, you have to imagine that he was kind of raising his voice a little bit, at least. Like Holden's, that's Holden being unaware of how loud he's speaking and how kind of upset he's getting in the moment. So, I do wish that they went that angle in the short film, but instead he's just literally kind of talking softly and monotone. And so Sally comes off as the one who is like making a scene or whatever.
I agree.
Yeah, it's kind of the opposite from the way I think it's meant to be read, or the way that we read it. So,
well, that's the thing. I wondered in this short film. I noticed that as well. It's like, did they make a decision to have Holden keep the same level of voice. Like,
I got the impression they just didn't want to disturb people around them when they were filming. Because I've been in that situation where you just kind of pick a spot, like on campus or somewhere, and there's people studying like 20 feet left from the camera, and you're just not trying to disturb people because you're partially embarrassed by what you're doing and you're partially trying to be respectful of others. That's kind of the impression I got, just the way they were speaking.
My feeling is that my feeling was that this scene was in the corner of like one of their family homes, and like their dad in the jeans or whatever was the server that came up with jeans with the Coke bottles.
No,
so
like another kid their age, but
well, who knows? I don't know, but yeah, I again, Sally was kind of speaking with she was projecting, and you could hear her, the actor who played Holden. It was just harder to hear him.
Yeah, yeah. I guess I don't want to put too fine a point on it, really, but like this actor's portrayal of Holden is not really like how I imagined him, and I think they're trying to come off maybe as like kind of aloof and world weary and bored, but
yeah.
I
don't think any of them really hit what I imagined Holden being.
Yeah.
In the book.
I do feel like this interpretation, this portrayal, like it does seem to kind of portray Holden, I think, in a more what's the word? A more like reverent kind of light. Like I get the feeling that the people, behind the camera here really like Holden and agree with him. and I guess, yeah, it's like, could it be that it's just a matter of restriction based on where they were filming? Or absolutely, right? But like, just given what we have to go off of as an audience here, I do think it kind of comes off as, yeah, Sally's the one who's sort of unreasonable and shrill, and Holden is much more like this grounded, measured sort of figure here. And yeah, again, I think that's what Holden thinks, but I think that's all in his head, and it does go back to like the whole matter of interpretation. We discussed this when we were going through the book, where I think there's kind of this fork in the road with Catcher in the Rye in particular, where it's like the book is going to seem very different depending on if you're identifying with Holden the character, or you're like considering Salinger the author. And while, yes, there's plenty of overlap that we've also discussed between Salinger and Holden, there's absolutely points in the book, it seems, where Salinger is intentionally portraying Holden as, as unreasonable or as crazy, or whatever you want to call him. Salinger is not always in agreement with Holden, and makes Holden do things that I don't think Salinger thinks is right or healthy for a kid his age to do. But if you're not considering that aspect of it while you're reading, you're going to come away with a very different idea of Holden Caulfield. And I kind of felt like that was bleeding into this short film in particular. Just my interpretation of it. But that's what I kind of walked away with on the second one. But overall, I thought it was cool. I like that it's a study of just like one scene. I liked how focused it was. I think both actors did a pretty commendable job. Overall, very good focus, interesting stuff. That's what I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Shall we move on to this final one here?
Sure.
Let's do it. The final and the longest one.
Yes. Yeah. We each one was a little bit longer than the last. So, oh, and I thought it was worth noting, the one we just discussed, the Jacob Horn movie one, that was uploaded to YouTube 9 years ago. So very different.
Yeah, quite a bit of time.
Yep. First one was 9 months ago. Second one was 9 years ago.
And this is going to be 9 decades ago, this next one.
If it were following that pattern, yes, it would be. But no, this one from McCune Movies was uploaded to YouTube 2 years ago.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
This was the one that covered a wider breadth of the book.
Yes, that's right. Yeah, it opens pretty much how the book opens. Holden's on the hill. He's about to go to he runs to the professor's. We get a quick cutaway to him like forgetting the fencing gear on the New York City subway, all that stuff. So
no, he mentions he left it on the subway, and then it just cuts some B footage of the subway.
Well,
a hard cut, and then a hard cuts back.
Yes. But I thought that was a cool way to do it. I guess right off the bat, you know what's funny about this, like being made by high school students? All of these is you get to see high school students like sort of like tentatively like pretend to know how to smoke a cigarette. It's just really funny.
I know. It is very funny.
Because he's really lighting it and all that, but he's like, I can't inhale. He's taking like the smallest puff.
Yeah.
Like, it's just a funny like intersection between.
Yeah, the second movie didn't even light the cigarettes. They just he had the cigarette in his mouth, and then he was just lighting the matches.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. It's I don't know. It's just funny. Cultures change, times change.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. I think it's another thing that Holden is sort of like not idolized for, but it's one of the things that makes him cool. Like we all know that smoking cigarettes is largely considered
cool as hell.
Especially, hey, Holden's also a high school kid, so it's like, whoa,
yeah.
He fucking rebel without a cause, and then you have all these kids who are just like pretending to smoke,
It's a big reason why we're not cool. We don't smoke, I mean, Connor, you were cool when you smoked. You're not cool any longer.
I'm not cool.
We're not cool. We're just not cool. We're not cool guys.
Yeah.
It's okay.
I fly a plane. Speak for yourself.
Well,
do you smoke while flying a plane?
Don't smoke cigarettes.
No.
Yeah.
All right. Well, maybe if you did, you'd be cool.
Yeah. Josh, I'm sorry to agree with Connor here, but we all know that the deciding factor between if someone's cool or not cool is if they smoke cigarettes. So
that's it.
That is not true. That's not true, kids. Don't listen to them. They're a bunch of idiots. There are no kids listening to this, but I just want to be sure.
Do you think it changes after a certain age? It's like cigars instead of cigarettes. Like past like after 50, if you smoke cigars, you're cool.
I don't know. No, I don't think so.
What's the difference?
I don't think so.
It's just size.
Yeah, I feel like cigars.
A cigarette is literally a small cigar.
You just need something bigger in your mouth. You just like for cigar guys, they just like want something bigger in their mouth, I guess.
Gagged.
I don't know. Yeah, literally gagged.
Yeah, gagged him. All right.
Anyway.
Connor, what did you think of this third one here? Huh?
Yeah, I mean, it was cool. It's like, easily the most ambitious of the three, really. Yeah, it was fun. The main guy was he put his heart into it, and I'm assuming like because we get the scene with the professor in the beginning, Mr. Spencer, right? And you can tell like the Mr. Spencer's wife that's like his mom or his aunt or something.
Yeah,
maybe
right.
I don't know. And like she's obviously like I don't know, not an actress and not thrilled to be, she's just doing this for him,
Yeah.
But then we get into the scene with Mr. Spencer and like I'm not sure if this is his uncle or his dad or something, but but this guy is thrilled to be in this film. He is having fun. He like really he was fun. He was fun.
He jumped into the role very well.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah. He was good.
I agree. I also kind of felt I'm sure if we looked at the credits, we could figure it out, but we didn't like really look into it. It's whatever. But I also kind of thought it was like, oh, probably a familial connection because, this professor is so much kinder and gentler to Holden. Whereas in the book, the conversation kind of takes a turn when he's reading through the paper, and he seems a lot more stern, still caring, of course, but a lot more like tough love kind of deal. And we don't really, because we don't have any of the narration and we don't get a lot of response from Holden, like the scene doesn't carry the same tension of like Holden being like, I gotta get the fuck out of here. It's like the professor just kind of finishes his speech and then Holden's like, well, thanks, see you later, don't worry about me. And then he just leaves and it's like, but yes, I think that pretty much everyone in this film is having a ball. The guy who plays Maurice, even though he's only there for a minute.
Yeah, I was going to mention him too.
It seems like he's having a real good time. He
just walks in with a smirk on his face.
Yes, exactly.
We all had a friend that would relish taking on that role. In high school, there's always one kid who would love to play that role.
We're all thinking of the same person, so it doesn't have to be said, but it was just really, really funny. This one had a lot of heart, a lot of character to it. I liked that it would cut to like there were like little bits of narration to connect the scenes, and you would kind of get this shot of like I don't know, the trees swaying in the field with the narration. I thought that was really well done, and there's I think Josh mentioned like some of the shot compositions here, some of the framing, like there was thought put into it. A lot of ambition, a lot of thought on display here on with this one. So I really enjoyed it. I was fully prepared to be like totally bored out of my skull, to be honest, watching through these. But for what it's worth, I think each one was interesting and in its own way, for sure. So
Josh is like nodding, like, yeah, I was bored out of my skull.
I did not want to do this.
Yeah, Josh was very resistant. I think his response was his response when we discussed this in our group chat was, "Ugh, fine."
Yeah, after ignoring us with
Josh, after ignoring us.
Well, you said it early in the morning, and I got sidetracked by work. Sorry.
Yeah. Okay. Sure, buddy. I know
what, like 7:15.
I know exactly what you're doing because I do the same thing. Okay. All right.
Connor does it way worse. So.
I do it way worse.
I thought this one was cool. I thought this one was interesting because it changes the ending too. Because after the whole
that
funny thing,
Sorry, you go ahead. That was the other thing I clocked on this as well.
Right. After the whole Maurice Sonny deal, Holden's like, well, I'm just going to go back to my parents and face the music. So he goes to his home, and then it kind of goes back into the ending again, where it's like, oh, he's with Phoebe, and then we go to like this carnival, and we get the
and that's kind of the carousel scene at the end.
Yes,
they go right. He meets Phoebe for the first time in the story, and then they go right to the carnival. So that kind of cuts out all the in between stuff with Holden packing up and wanting to leave, and like getting sick and stuff. But again, I'll mention it's kind of funny because the actress who plays Phoebe, who's a very young girl, she was really good in it too. She was like a really believable Phoebe.
She reminded me a lot of my cousin, actually, who's roughly that age.
Yeah.
So
she definitely had a lot of fun playing that role too. It's interesting because I feel like the big difference is like it's like the self-consciousness, I feel like, and again, this is not a this is not really a criticism on the actress who played Holden in this film and in the last film, but they're like, what, they're like 15 or 16 or 17-year-old boys, and like I know like how it feels to be self-conscious at that age, and so
Yeah.
I think that
Just that
just,
age?
well, yeah, I mean at every age, and
Yeah.
it's easy to let that inhibit you from you know putting yourself out there and kind of like hamming it up on camera, which I think the Mr. Spencer actor, he doesn't give a shit. He's not self-conscious. And then the little Phoebe, she's not old enough to be self-conscious. It's like he's like aged out of the self-consciousness, and she's not old enough to be
Right.
self-conscious, and that's why
Yeah.
they're so good.
Yep.
This is actually more of a commentary on like our perceptions of ourselves as we age.
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
And yeah, totally fair point. And I agree that the little girl they have play Phoebe, I think that like her initial line when she says Holden, that was like the single most like genuine line delivery. I like that really felt like her brother was holding Caulfield for a second. You know what I mean? That was so yeah, and I thought it was cool. I really liked the carousel scene at the end.
The one thing I didn't like about what changed at the end there was that he just kind of shoehorns in that he'd been having this dream during the 2 days.
Right.
Where he was using Allie's baseball glove to catch a ball in a field, and that made him the catcher in the RYE. It's like, that's not what that was about. that changes the whole meaning entirely. I mean, I commend them for the creativity, but I don't think it was the right thing to do.
Well, the crazy thing is I felt like that's actually probably closer to what we would get if like we had an adaptation from the mid 2000s or something. Like I feel like it would be something cringy like that. Not, so I see where where they felt they needed to shoehorn that in. Like I think it's a cute way to end it, it's but I feel like, again, it's like I could also see that happening pretty closely to what we got here on a bigger budget adaptation, and it might even be worse, actually. So
right. Yeah. So those are the 3 short films we watched. I know that it's been said, but just like broadly, I did kind of feel like one of the most fun things about this was just seeing the passion on display. It feels very in line with The Catcher in the Rye in some ways, in the sense like I get that it's J.D. Salinger was by all accounts a very cynical, wary kind of person, who until his dying day refused to sell the movie rights to The Catcher in the Rye. Of course, that's why to this day we have no official adaptation. But I kind of wonder if he would appreciate something like this, because The Catcher in the Rye, and I think it seems like his other stories as well. He he writes with a focus on children, and especially in The Catcher in the Rye, Holden has a lot of affection and appreciation for young children, especially, and in a way that I think does come off as like endearing. It's easy to say something like that and be like, oh, kind of weird, right? But like, I think that there's something very childlike about Holden that makes that work, and so I guess I wonder if this would also be something that that J.D. Salinger in some ways would have appreciated, like there is a current of like, you know, youthful creativity that runs throughout these, and I think that that's something that Salinger seemed to value as well, and reflects that in his writing.
I see where you're coming from. My counterpoint would be every time Holden came across some sort of artist in the book, like the piano player is the one that really comes to mind, he always disparaged doing a craft for anyone other than yourself. So if these students were doing it for themselves, then yeah, I think Salinger would probably be more appreciative of it. But if they're doing it for, like, what are the a lot of them were just for English classes, doing it for quote unquote professional reasons, maybe not so much. That's the feeling I got.
Yeah,
that's all I have to say on
that. Yeah, I don't know if making something for your high school is
professional
in the realm of professional reasons.
Yeah, that's why I hesitate and use quotations there. But
yeah, no, I think it's pretty clearly a different thing. I do think that J.D. Salinger would at least appreciate it more so than if you know, a big production company.
I do agree with that. Yes.
Put on a production of this story. Yeah, and I mean, I think it's nice that these things exist. I think it showed off some real creativity and some real fun, and like I think each of these short films kind of captures a different like a different ingredient in what kind of makes up the spirit of Catcher in the Rye. So I enjoyed them all. Do you guys want to rank them?
Not really.
like give it a number out of 10?
No. Just what your favorite was, or we can just say which one our favorites was, I guess. My favorite was my favorite was the first one with the just the silent one. I think that was the coolest.
I think I'm biased for that one as well, just because it's in Worcester.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I was thinking initially that the first one was also my favorite, but
the third one's also really good.
Yeah, the third one. You know what I'd say?
It doesn't mean the second one's the worst. I don't want to say that either.
Right.
That's why I don't want to rank these.
The third.
No, you're all winners. You all get a participation trophy.
Jesus fucking Christ. Oh my fucking God. Like,
isn't that what they do in schools today?
Jesus. Connor, enough with the jokes already.
Spit it out. What's your favorite?
I'm gonna say the third one.
All right. Finally, thank you.
I was trying to freaking say that.
All right, took you a while to get there.
Oh,
all right. Any other thoughts? You guys seem pretty cranky, so maybe not.
Oh. No. I guess not. I just thought that this was a cool exercise. You know, a lot of times,
yeah, it was fun.
We don't have there are times where there's just not a movie to watch for a book. I don't think that we should just watch fan films in the future. Something about The Catcher in the Rye, like not having a movie, you know, for the reason that it does. I feel like this in particular was like a really interesting way to kind of engage with it, because you know, there just is no other adaptation. And it's kind of a cool showcase for the creativity of the human spirit, I think, because it's like, you know what?
Yeah.
We don't fucking need Hollywood. We'll make a Catcher in the Rye movie on our own.
Exactly.
Sweden.
And it'll have blackjack. And that's
they actually had hookers.
That's right.
Yeah. That's
I do want to say
a weird moment.
It was partly because it was partly because it doesn't have an official adaptation, and that Salinger was so against it that I didn't want to go into the fan films. I wanted to just leave it as the book and move on to our next book.
Yes.
That's part of the reason I've been so against this in particular, but it's done now, so... I do agree with what you said, though, Connor. It was a good exercise. It was a neat little exploration. It's just I didn't want to. You had to drag me through it.
I understand that.
I don't personally think Salinger would have been too upset, but
who's to
I'm
say?
saying because it was just in this particular case, since there was not a movie, and because the author was very keen on there not being a movie, I just didn't want to have to deal with a movie at the end of this book in particular. That's what I mean. Not that Salinger would be angry at us for doing this. I'm saying that because he didn't want a movie, I also did not want a movie.
It's just for you not being happy that it was going to be over with before having to watch a movie.
Pretty much, yeah.
All right, because the way you phrased it made it seem like it was like a moral thing. Like the way you brought it up, it was kind of like seemed like you thought it was like a moral thing.
I was trying to justify what my idea was. Yeah.
Okay. That's what I thought. Okay.
It's a bit of that, and it's also I want to move on to the next book, whatever that is.
Yeah, it seems like it's mostly that you wanted to move on, but that's okay. What was I going to say?
Next time we will be moving on.
Yes.
Hooray.
I can't wait to watch the fan films after we do Star Wars.
There's actually a really good animated TIE Fighter film that came out a few years ago.
Yeah.
No, it has to be live action.
Fuck you.
Okay. There's this really good Star Wars.
We watched animated Lord of the Rings.
There's this really good Star Wars adaptation that came out in '77, Connor.
Oh yeah,
it's called.
Yeah, I've heard that one. I heard that one
called Blue Harvest.
Best. Yeah.
Heard that one wasn't the best.
All right. Well, next episode, we won't quite be at the next thing yet because we have to figure out what the next thing is. Wow,
we never did.
It's funny because we keep saying we want to end this episode, and
I know, but you know what? We never did. I realized this when we said Blue Harvest. We never figured out who the Family Guy characters are in Catcher in the Rye.
Oh, motherfucker! You're right.
Oh shit! You know what? Okay, you're right, Josh.
All right, we ain't done yet, folks.
First off, Chris is.
In fact, I think we're just beginning.
Chris is Holden for
Chris
sure.
or Stewie or Brian.
Yeah.
I don't think Brian's Stewie. I mean, I don't think Brian is Holden. I think Brian might be the guy holding that up with at the bar.
Oh, Carl Luce. Yeah, Brian would be a great Carl Luce.
Yeah,
right.
You're right.
Yeah, that's true.
Stewie as.
Oh my God, we know the old man. The old man is the creep. The guy that creeped on.
Mr. Antolini.
Holden.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my God.
Mr. Antolini.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So Chris is Holden, if that's the case.
That's gross, but it just has to be. Yeah.
That's really gross.
It just has to be that.
Oh God.
Joe as Mr. Spencer.
Okay.
Who as Mr. Spencer?
Joe.
Oh, Joe as Mr. Spencer.
Yeah, giving him the stern talking to at the beginning.
Yeah, that'd be good. Okay, cool. And then Bonnie could be Mrs. Spencer.
Mrs. Spencer. Yep.
Yeah, yep. That's fine. That all tracks. Okay. Oh, here's my. What do you think of this one? Okay, Stewie as Phoebe.
Oh wow.
That. Oh, you did? What?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I agree with you.
Yes.
That would be really, I mean, a different take on Phoebe, but I'm kind of here for it.
No, it wouldn't be a different take on Phoebe because Stewie does a lot of cross-dressing in the later seasons, especially.
I'm not saying that he doesn't cross-dress. I'm just saying personality-wise, it's a little bit of a different. Different.
I mean, he could also be Meg as Allie. Probably. Maybe.
You mean Sally?
No. Meg is dead.
Wait, Allie. Oh, Allie.
Yeah.
Meg is Allie. Oh, Meg is dead.
That's really funny.
Yeah, Meg could be Allie. Yeah.
Or no.
And
No. She's not actually dead, but everyone says she is, and just ignores her the entire time.
Yeah, she keeps walking around with the catcher's mitt. She's like, I'm right here.
Who wants to play catch with me? And everyone just ignores her.
Also, in the book, they mention they have a maid, like a very deaf maid, Consuela.
Yes. Yeah. Okay, so I feel like Peter could be Maurice, maybe.
Oh
Like,
my god,
that might work.
that would be great. Yeah.
The only
It'd be
problem
really weird if
is,
that would make
yes.
Lois the prostitute, and that makes it very weird very quickly.
The only problem is if Lois ends up being Sunny. But the thing is, like, I feel like they did kind of play with that dynamic in a weird way with the Star Wars movies too, where Luke is Chris and Lois is and it's like, oh yeah, obviously she ends up with Han, who's Peter, blah blah blah. But like, that's still kind of there. That's still a little bit there.
I mean, the fact that they don't actually do anything
exactly
makes it kind of okay, you know.
Yes, exactly.
It also kind of harkens to like Back to the Future too, you know.
Yep,
a little bit. Yeah. The last one I wanted to say is that Cleveland, Quagmire, and just a rotating cast of Kohala residents as the taxi drivers.
Oh yeah,
that Holden is continually talking to, and Adam West would be the one who is like really going on about the ducks with Holden.
Oh yeah. Yes.
I feel like Adam West would be the one who really gets into the ducks are just they're there. They take care. Nature takes care of them.
Yes.
That guy.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. It is.
Wow, I think we did it.
I say this every time we do this, but I don't know why casting Family Guy characters in all of our books and movies that we read has been our thing, but I do enjoy it.
It's a tradition.
It started with Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
And you're going to think I'm crazy, but every now and then I'll go back and I'll just like, I want to check out a little bit. I don't listen to like a full episode, but I do sometimes go back because if I like forget what we've talked about, it kind of makes it fun to re-listen to every now and then. And I listened to a little bit of our Return of the King Peter Jackson film discussion. That's the first episode we do it in. And so like you can actually like hear us talking about it for the first time as it comes up. And, it's so stupid.
That's when we found those stickers that were available that people made. People had already done this before us, and I got those a couple of them for Christmas that year.
Yes. Yep. Oh no, I remember. I have mine. I gotta say too, Catcher in the Rye lent itself really well to that just now, because when we were doing that was a fucking chore. We were like,
it was, yeah.
No, this came very easy to us.
This makes total sense. You could do an awesome Family Guy Catcher in the Rye crossover.
I know. Unfortunately, they never will be able to because of the freaking J.D. Salinger.
Yeah, because of goddamn J.D. Salinger.
Unless somebody in the J.D. Salinger estate is a big Family Guy fan, then things could change.
Okay.
We'll see. So if you want to see who we're going to cast our Family Guy characters into next, listen to our Behind the Pages or Between the Pages.
I like Behind the Pages better, actually.
Time.
Let's
I prefer Behind the Pages. No, it's Between the Pages.
Connor, what say you?
Josh needs a win this episode.
I know he does. I agree.
My win is going to be finishing this episode so I can use the bathroom because I should have done that beforehand.
Yeah,
you got to do it pee pee or poo poo.
That's none of your business.
Wow,
it's a poo poo.
Connor, very juvenile. When are you going to
grow
up, dude? When are you
grow
up?
Yeah, call the shit like a normal adult.
Yeah.
You gotta get out of the sandbox.
There we go. Hey, so next episode, we are going to be voting on what we will be reading next. I think that's all there is to say. Josh, I'm glad you interrupted me so we could do a quick Family Guy discussion. Connor, will you take us away?
Yeah, you can listen to our podcast on wherever you get podcasts if you want. You can follow us on social media. Chapter Chumps on both Twitter and Blue Sky. Leave us a nice review and a glowing rating, 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts or wherever else you rate podcasts. You can shoot us an email if you want at chapterchumpspod@gmail.com. I don't think anyone has ever emailed us, but you can be the first. That would be pretty cool. But yeah, look forward to next week where we where it's election night in Chump Nation. Dun 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 dun. : Between the Pages.
Thank you.
All right, folks. As always, until next time.
// YouTube.com. HTTP, YouTube.
That's fucking killing me.
Whatever.
Josh says that's fucking killing me.
It really is.
It really is.
It really is.
I want to be so done with this. We're done with this book, finally! Fuck it!